David Eustace, you've got some nice runners going to the races on Wednesday night at Happy Valley. One of them comes up early in the card, Fortune Whiskey. He's racing extremely well since you put those blinkers on.
Yeah, he is. He was very good the other day. I thought he sort of put all his attributes together and put in a really smart performance. So that was obviously pleasing to see, and he's trained on well.
They put him up £7. They haven't quite missed him, but with the headgear going on, obviously recent form has been pretty good. A couple of wins and a couple of placed efforts. How much more still to come from, do you think, with that headgear?
Yeah, I think he should be able to win again at some stage, whether it's Wednesday or later on in the season, we'll see. But I do think there's certainly another one in him. And then obviously after that, and hopefully getting into Class 3 at some stage, it obviously, I think it's going to get a lot tougher. But certainly the fact that he goes well around the valley, and there's plenty of races at this level over that trip. So we'll see.
Indeed, obviously it does get that bit. You've engaged Tom Marquand as well, so interesting booking there. Obviously good to have Tom and Holly here, and I imagine you were quite keen to get his services on this horse?
Yeah, to be honest, it just worked out that way. Matthew has obviously been riding and winning on him, and he'd already committed, and so missed with him being in the same division, which is a shame for Matthew, but good spare for Tom. He obviously a very good jockey and rode a winner at the weekend.
David, Charity Gain is a horse who will line up on Wednesday night. He's doing a good job for you and your stable. Going up in grade this time around, but it was a nice performance last time.
Yeah, it was. I think that's is the big question mark, is whether he does step up in grade and is able to do so. Panned out very nicely for him in the end, and has done sort of throughout most of the season. But he's trained on well. He's had not done a whole lot in between because he's a fit horse, but I'm happy with him.
I'm sensing maybe that the confidence levels going up in grade aren't as strong with him. I mean, would you be keen to see him in this grade and see him go well? I mean, do you think he can?
Yeah, I suppose, I don't know, is the honest answer, but he obviously drops in weight. We know that. He goes up in grade, but I think he's still maturing, still developing. I think eventually he'll be able to, and hopefully it is on Wednesday.
Certainly hope he can. 2 from 2, the course and distance, so he's certainly got that as far as a decent attribute. Obviously likes it around here.
Yeah, I think that's obviously a big advantage, and there does look to be good speed on, so we won't change anything. I was quite happy with the draw, it being he's certainly not going to get cluttered up back and wide out there, so hopefully they go quick enough, and that's the key to him.
Just a trial as well, just keeping him up to the mark, was that sort of what that was used for?
Yeah, very much tick over. It was sort of nice opportunity to get on some grass, and he had a very sensible trial, yeah.
Andrea Atzeni, very much a man in form, fresh off a couple of winners at the weekend, and you'd be pleased to know that you're jumping on board probably what is fast becoming a favourite horse of yours, Beauty Destiny in race 7. He just continues to do the job, Andrea.
Oh, he does, yeah. He's a horse that seems to sort of turn the corner this season, and he's done nothing wrong so far. He obviously won again the last day, still in Class 3, carrying top weight. The handicap put him up 7. So if he keeps improving, which he has done, he should be competitive again, yeah.
I know we've spoken about him before, and obviously it's been well documented, sort of his career early on especially, but can you put your finger on it as to where that sort of improvement has come from? I mean, is it just a case of time? I mean, his record shows that he's got a bleeding record and a hard irregularity, but he's doing all the right things now.
Well, obviously he's a horse that it doesn't surprise me, or I don't think anybody, that he's actually turned the corner, because he's always showed that sort of ability from his early career, and he's a horse that was very forward going. I think he won making and running, and he used to show quite a bit of speed, and I think change of tactics helped. Horses that bleed or with a breeding problem, I think it's the most important thing is for them to be able to breed properly. So I think giving him a chance for the first half of the race, he seems to the horse to get more confident, and he seems to be breeding properly, and he's hitting the line quite strong. Listen, when a horse is that they need to be ridden like that, you need a lot of luck in running, because he's a horse you can't press him on. Even tomorrow I've got a good draw, but just because of a good draw, that doesn't mean I'm going to box hit him, because it's not a horse you can press him hard early. So it's a horse that need to give him a chance, come from behind, and they need luck in running. But no, he seems to turn the corner.
He does himself a few favours as well as far as his rating's concerned. A couple of short heads and a neck are his winning margin. So he never wins by too far, but he always seems to just do enough, doesn't he?
Correct, yeah. No, he doesn't win by far, but like I said, he's still in Class 3, he's carrying top weight, and no, if he keeps improving, which I think he has, and looking at the race too, he should be very, very competitive again.
Just a quick reflection on the weekend. Good day at the office there. Johannes Brahms, very good.
Yeah, he was good. Which he wasn't surprisingly really. If you ignore the classic mile race, he was in there with every chance. Obviously, it was a very competitive race, and it was good to see him what we've been hoping for. But that's not the end of him yet. He's only a young horse, and he's a horse that we've obviously tried him to get him to relax and to switch him off from trying to hit the line, because eventually he's going to go up in trip, and it did that, and no, it was a tough win.
Harry, Young Arrow, one of your rides on Wednesday night. I imagine both you and Douglas White were very relieved men when you saw gate number 2.
Yeah, it was a relief. He's drawn some terrible barriers in recent times, so it's nice to finally get a good one.
That said, he has run some good races from those barriers, third in his last couple, behind Eternal Fortune and Beauty Destiny, so 2 very much in-form horses.
Yeah, that's right. 2 big runs he's had from less than ideal draws, and we've just had to accept it, go back, and he's made up really good ground in the straight. So just hope that with an easier trip from that draw, he's going to be able to save a little bit of energy and do his best bit late on.
He stays on a mark of 62, so he's certainly given a chance, isn't he, at where he's at the moment?
Yeah, he is, and he's a horse that is getting better with time. So I still think it's a fair rating.
Still quite likely race for him. He's only had the 8 runs and looks to be maturing quite nicely. I must ask you, Harry, obviously leading into the weekend, big weekend of racing. You've got rides in both the Group 1s, Patch of Theta and Winning Dragon. So much to look forward to come the weekend.
Yeah, there is. It's going to be a great race to be involved with. Naturally, taking on the likes of Kaiying Rising isn't going to be easy, but take nothing away from Patch of Theta. He's a really good horse. He's a solid contender, and I'm very grateful to pick up the ride. So, hopefully things go smoothly, and he's going to put in a big run.
Just given the sort of the situation we're in here, they're not easy to come by, are they? Group 1 rides. So when you can get some good ones, they're certainly well worth looking forward to, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. We all know the nature of Hong Kong racing and how competitive it is, not only for horses but also for jockeys. So to pick up a Group 1 ride is, they're not easy to get, and not only that, to get on one that is competitive as well is even harder. So going back to what I said, I'm really chuffed to get the ride on him, and looking forward to it.
David Hayes, Wednesday night we're off to Happy Valley, as too will you be, with plenty of runners, plenty of chances, and Soleil Fighter is certainly one of them. Comes into the race in good winning form.
Yeah, he's in great shape, and he's leading the Happy Valley Challenge, and if he could win, he would seal it, I think. We're hoping he can win.
Managed to turn that form around with the handy looking Definitive last time, so that's certainly good form.
Yes, well, I thought he beat Definitive in the start before. It was a heads up, heads down, and he's a very consistent young horse at Definitive, and I think they're both really good, honest horses.
Yeah, I agree. I think looking back at it, it certainly did look the other way, didn't it? You went forward with him last time. Why the sort of change in tactic with him?
Oh, that was left to Zach, but he's a very willing horse, and he can lead or take a sit, but if you hold him up too much, he pulls, and if he pulls, he's a bit vulnerable. So, look, he's got that lovely barrier draw again that he'll roll in the first 3. If he's left alone in front, he'll go in front, and if he's not, he'll follow the pace.
Up to 78 rated now, so probably his last chance to win in this grade, but you think he's certainly got a bit more to come?
I really do. I've concentrated at Happy Valley for the challenge, and look, he's raced well all season, and we'll probably freshen him a little bit and train him as a Sha Tin horse later in the season.
Yeah, I'm sure the owners will be delighted to try and take it down. I must just ask you, Karis Teaton's ridden him a couple of times now, but why no Holly Doyle? She's here and she's won on him.
The announcement was a little bit late. Karis was booked, and I want to keep him sweet because he's on my good horse on the weekend.
That leads me on very nicely. How is said good horse?
He's great. His trial was terrific. Karis was happy with him, and he's got back to Hong Kong, and he'll do a little bit of striding work tomorrow, and looking forward to it. First time at 1400, but he gives the impression with his ability to relax mid-race, that he'll handle it.
It does make for an exciting prospect. I mean, what we've seen him do over 6 furlongs, David, has been quite extraordinary and obviously out of this world almost. But going up in trip, that just adds another dimension to it now, doesn't it?
Look, if he relaxes, I think his sprint will even look better. And I expect him to. He's been trained to relax, so let's just see. You never know till they run the distance, but my feeling is he'll love 1400.